What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Bronchos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Bronchos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos.
Welcome to the All Gas No Brakes podcast, week 7.
Wow.
The season is just flying by.
Yeah.
Next to me, of course, is head coach Pat Shanley. How you doing, Coach?
Doing well, man. Thanks for having me on again.
Well, let's get into this. Broncos played the Anderson Indians last Friday night. It was a bit lopsided. Talk about that game a little bit. Just a little overview about reflect on it.
Yeah, they've been struggling. They've got a new head coach. We really made the week about us and trying to, play start to finish. We didn't feel like the week before we did that. We kind of coasted, I think. When you watch the film, there were a lot of mistakes that we made against Richmond. There were not as many against Anderson, in terms of alignment, first steps, hand placement, how we finish plays, things like that. We were really happy with how we did that offensively, and then defensively, turn around, have 3 defensive touchdowns. Madden Gifford having 7 touchbacks, 9 of 10 on PATs. The one that he missed got blocked. So, I think overall it was a really complete game. You and I talked before the show. It was also, in games like this, you're able, you feel fortunate to be able to get a lot of guys Friday night reps under the lights. It's special to be able to do that, and everybody within our program works hard. So to be able to get guys that experience on homecoming is something that we don't take lightly, and is truly something that was, made for a special night. So we were glad we were able to get a lot of guys on the field.
Speaking of, the one name that kind of that jumped out at me, that he's a senior, Desmond DeShazer.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
He really showed up.
Yep.
He got in the game, and he really took advantage of it. Talk about him a little bit.
I mean, we have 3 really good senior running backs, and we have we have kind of what I would say is a stable of running backs that are all very talented. Dez is really good. He's playing behind Marquise Atkins, who's a 3-year starter, Tavares, who's one of the most explosive and twitchy players in our program. But he's ready, and he's getting reps throughout the course of the week. When his number's called, he produces. He had 4 carries for over 100 yards on Friday, but he's again, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, he's a name that Bronco fans may hear more of as the season progresses. Dez is a great kid that works hard, and happy that he's getting to showcase his talent a little bit.
When these lopsided games like this, is it a good it is a good chance for these kids that are down on the depth chart a little bit to get in the games, and they're always ready to go, right?
Yeah, Moody got to play quite a bit in the second quarter. He's a kid, again, that works really hard. His role as a senior this year is really kind of a look team guy, to help get our defense ready night after night, practice after practice throughout the course of the week. So it's a tough role to fill. So when a guy like that who does everything right within your program gets an opportunity to go out under the lights and perform, you're really happy for him, because, again, he's the glue guy. A lot of these guys are glue guys. When you look at championship teams and you look at teams that have big senior classes like we do, not everybody's going to get that limelight and that star role, but everybody does add value. You get guys like Moody, like Dez, that are fighting and clawing to get on that field, and they continue to fight and claw. I mean, there was a time at practice where Moody's jogging down to go block Chris Hardy and go block Aiden H. and go block A.J. Wright and Diego, and he's smiling and he's excited. Moody, what's so funny? I get to play football, Coach, right? It gives me goosebumps right now. I mean, that's the kind of kid that you want in the program that, maybe don't love your role, but you're willing to accept it and go excel at it, be happy about it, and find a way to add value. So, yeah, kind of circling back to your question, man, you're happy when guys that maybe don't get to shine under the lights get that opportunity and to go do it and do it at a high level. It's pretty special.
Ben Pickering has really been someone I've noticed also who didn't play last year, decided to come back, and looks like he just hit the ground running. Yeah,
he started a little bit late his sophomore year. He was starting some games. Was really talented as a freshman, and we saw his talent. And unfortunately, he made the decision as a junior to really focus on baseball. He's a really, really good baseball player, throws the ball 90 miles per hour, and that's his love, and that's his passion. But Ben is showing that you can be multiple. Travel baseball is a monster. There's a lot of people that want these guys, and baseball over the summers, it's a big deal. I get it, but Ben made a decision going to his senior year that he was going to be a part of this, and I thank God that he did, because he's really, really talented. But not only is he really talented, he works extremely hard. He's got a great personality. He adds value in ways just beyond what he does on the field, man. He works really hard in that weight room, and he's just a fun kid to be around.
I noticed that you've been giving him the ball on 2-point conversions. Is that a reason? Or?
He's 235 pounds. He squats over 500 pounds. And when he squats over 500 pounds, that bar is flying. I mean, it flies. He runs about a 5 flat and a 40. I honestly, Jamie, I think he's a Division I football player. I really do. He is very, very talented. And when he was here and around his sophomore year, we were kind of pushing him, to some of those MAC schools, like, hey, you may want to take a look at this kid. So, he's passionate. His passion is baseball, but that kid could play football at a very high level too. So yeah, he's a kid we got to get the ball in his hands a little bit. Let me tell you a story too. Tell our listeners a story. We did a senior lock-in, and they did shirts versus skins. Tag football, whatever, two-hand touch. And Ben was running at receiver. And I think Omar was the quarterback. And Omar threw him a ball in the flat. He caught it, looked like a receiver, and took off. The next meeting we had with our offense staff, I'm like, we got to get that kid the ball. He's a dude. And he's proven us right, man. He can do some things outside of just playing linebacker.
Well, it's just that comes down to gifted talent, right?
He's very blessed.
Universally athletic.
Yep.
He's great in the classroom, too. He's a Bronco broadcaster.
Giddy up. Yep.
So,
straight A kid. Yep.
Straight A kid. Yes, Ben Pickering. Great kid.
Yep.
Going to miss him. Well, let's shift gears to next week. Kokomo, much improved team. But not exactly, maybe not on your guys' level, but how are you going to approach that game?
Well, I'll caution people to think that way, because they're coached by a state championship caliber coach. Caleb Small and I both come from the same coaching tree. He spent a lot of time at Ben Davis. So at Ben Davis, they operate a certain way. And they're very demanding of their coaches. And what comes of that is that's who you become. Caleb's going to demand a lot of his coaches. You see from week 1, when they played New Pal, to last week against Marion, you see it's a completely different team. Right? And that's a testament to Coach Small and the job that he's doing. He's surrounded himself with a really good staff. They had a lot of guys back from last year. They're changing from a phone booth wing tee to a spread. So culturally, that's a big shift, right? So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for him to get the pieces of the puzzle together. They're playing really good football. So they definitely have our respect. We understand going to Kokomo. It's not an easy place to play. They're a really good football team. They're a dangerous team, and they've got our full attention.
Is there anything what are you telling your players about that? How you
Pretty much that. Yeah, pretty much that. I mean, they had a receiver that just broke the school record for catching a game, yards in a game. They've got another kid, Jeremiah Young, who long jumps over 22 feet. I think he was the NCC champ in the long jump. He runs a 4.3 40. They've got a running back that's a multi-1,000-yard rusher. The 2 quarterbacks they have playing were not playing weeks 1 through 4. They're completing 80% of their passes since they've done that. They've got 5 returning starters back on defense. Athletically, they're really, really skilled. I mean, this is a good football team, Jamie. So, and our kids understand that. We're not going to lie to them, right? Our kids, we kind of keep it real, and this is a good team. They got a kicker that's got a leg. We're going to have to go there and play well.
So that might be an advantage to you actually getting a game that's competitive and.
We fully anticipate that it will be. Yeah, and that's what you want, right? It's what you want. You want to. History tells us that, these are the 2 top teams in the conference. And with Coach Small leading the way there, I can tell you they're going to continue to get better week after week. And, I'm sure it's a game that they have circled on their calendar too. Right? We beat them twice last year, as a competitor, which I think his program's got competitive kids. You probably relish that opportunity to get payback. So I guarantee you we're going to get these guys' best shot.
Okay, we got 3 games left. We got Kokomo, Marion, and Muncie Central. Starting to lead up to sectionals. I know you don't probably think about sectionals until the step. Don't take the step until your step's in front of you, right? But your players aren't here. It's just me and you.
Yeah, okay.
Let's talk about playoffs.
Yeah. So I think that's a dangerous thing to do, right? we've got to worry about practice today. We've got to worry about our opponent today. We have goals and things that we're trying to accomplish in the postseason, but I think, if you get caught looking ahead and you don't focus on where you're at right now, then you're not going to be at your best when you really want to be at your best. So our job as coaches is to keep our kids focused on that. We got to tune out all the outside noise and just focus on getting better today. So, the draw, when it comes out, we'll talk about it briefly. I'm talking like a couple of minutes, and then we'll turn our attention to our Week 9 opponent when that happens. But, Kokomo's got our full attention. I promise you that. That's not coach speak. I really believe this is a good football team that we're going to be playing on Friday night. And so the playoffs is so far from any conversation that we've had as a staff and any conversations we've had with our players, our focus is right now.
Well, we hope to look forward to it this Friday.
Yeah.
This week's Spotlight is going to be focusing on what I call Friday vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, last week was homecoming. I noticed that during the pep rally, during the theme days we had last week, everyone was participating at the pep rally. Everybody was really cheering, and it seemed like a really good vibe. And I think school spirit is ratcheting up as I've been here 8 years, and I think it's the highest it's been since I've been here.
That's
Have
awesome.
you been feeling those Friday vibes?
Yeah, man. This place is special. And you have a person like Angelique Johns who goes above and beyond, her job title to make homecoming and make Friday nights a special experience for everybody involved. Mr. Long and our band, the atmosphere that they had at the pep rally, the atmosphere that they have on Friday nights, it's really unique. Not everybody celebrates homecoming anymore, and especially like we do. This place was decorated. Kids, like you said, participating each and every day. It really makes it a special experience for everybody, especially our football players, but for everybody. So the pride that the people, the adults have in this building, and how they understand this experience, how important that is for the people that we serve. It's special to be a part of it. Mark Preston, obviously he has an athletic background, but he understands that the culture in this building is important and that athletics play a role in it. And, he's got his hand in things. He's got his hand in things, and he's involved. So it's not this way everywhere. It's special to be a part of it, and I'm sure you sense that. I sense, too, the vibe, the atmosphere and everything. It's a little bit different this year. People seem to be really excited to be a Bronco. It's a special community. And I'll say this too, at times at Jeff, you feel like it's us against everybody. At times within this community, there's maybe a perception of who we are, which isn't fair. So when we get to prove that wrong day after day after day, it's awesome, right? And we talk about that a lot. We talk about it a lot because we're not who people outside of our program say we are. Right, and I'll let people fill in the blanks on what that is. But I would encourage anybody to come watch us practice. Come walk the halls at Jefferson High. Come see what we're about, right? Because we are not what people say we are. This is a great school with great kids, with a caring and supportive administration, with really, really talented teachers that put education first, man. It is cool. Friday night vibes are awesome, man. It's real, but this is just a special place because of all those things.
And it usually kind of trickles down from. It kind of starts with football, basketball, baseball, the sports.
Yeah.
And it trickles down to the other groups like, music, theater, everything else.
Yeah, our fine arts program's unbelievable. Mr. Preston sends that out. Our bocce ball team just won a state championship, led by Casey Davenport, one of our assistant principals. The amount of opportunity that all of our kids have here is incredible. And it's, again, like you said, I do believe that football helps set the tone. All the sports, the fall sports help set the tone for how the school year is going to go. And we want to do our part in that. But, yeah, man, there's so much opportunity here for everybody. What you do and what you provide, and the experience that you provide. Noah Gerke's down at IU killing it right now. He got to cover Purdue versus USC.
I was texting
right?
him.
It's unbelievable, the opportunity here that our school provides for our kids. If you aren't involved with something, then you're just not trying, because there is truly something for everybody here at Jefferson High School.
I'll definitely agree with you on that. All right, let's wrap it up. Don't forget, This Friday, Kokomo, at Kokomo. If you can't make the trip, listen to us on
Jeff 92, baby.
That's right, baby. You've been listening to the All Gas, No Brakes podcast. Let's do it.
Going from
5.
3? Oh, 5.
Let's do it the Moody 5.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go Broncos.
What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All gas, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All gas, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos.